Hello and welcome to CCRS Season 9 here at Chicagoland. This is pretty much the halfway point in the season. I have not broadcasted a single race this season for Caesars. There's two reasons for that, as you get the qualifying order going right now. At the moment, TalhaDevYT's on the provisional pole. Got actually a solid field for tonight. Some names I haven't seen run here specifically in a minute, so going to be interesting for sure. But yeah, I've missed the past few weeks. We'll use a little bit of happy hour to kind of go into that. See Laura Trenor taking P1 for the provisional pole. Or TalhaDevYT takes it back with his second lap on the board, a whole 2/10 faster than Laura Trenor, which a name you haven't heard on here on Cheese Food Media. However, you have heard it on Victor Delgado III's YouTube channel, Melon Cup Productions. They race in the Budweiser Cup Series. It looks like Dylan Negron, currently provisional on the front row as well. But yeah, the two reasons I have missed season's races, actually it's technically three. So I did the first race this season. I raced it because I tried to do my one race this season. I got 10th, which is pretty good. And then another reason is work, and the other reason is there was another league I was a part of before I joined Caesars. I'm pretty sure, or at least it was a bit more nostalgic for me. Well, I say nostalgic. I say that lightly. More so, it's kind of like a homage thing. Nor's, I don't know if you've heard of Paul Perricone. He had a truck league, so I decided to run that. But they are on an off week this week, And I also just happened to not have work, so rare CCRS cheese food broadcast, which is crazy to say that, but that is where we're at right now with just how things been going. But yeah, qualifying has just ended. TalhaDevYT on the pole. Congrats to him on that. And we'll go through a little bit of some of these cars here in a second. But first, I'll go through the first few races for you. Race 1, Atlanta, won by Joshua Clements back in February. Gino Bononi won at Race City. They did Daytona. Race after that, Landon Lyle has a win. Jack Merkel won at Kyalami. And last race at Phoenix was won by Stephen Gibson. So far, of the 5 races completed, a different winner each time. Will that trend continue, or will we see our first repeat winner of the season? If anyone has any thoughts on that, put in the chat, whatever. But yeah, just me tonight. It was kind of a last minute thing. Well, I didn't have to make a last minute thing, but I had some stuff going on today, and I didn't know how long it was going to take, and it was just kind of like, shoot, can I commit to this? But yeah, here's your pole sitter, Mr. TalhaDevYT in the number 20. He's going to be running a similar paint scheme in DSRA. They start off this Sunday at Daytona. That will not be broadcasted. I tried to arrange where I could go back to broadcasting that, but well, there's no one else going to host the server. So, can't really do that there. So I'll figure out a race there, probably do one more season for season 12. I don't know if they're going to still keep doing DSR after that, but we'll see. You got Thomas Troxel in the 00 Napa car. A lot of this track kind of brings back some memories from season 1 CCRS. It's crazy to think 9 seasons already. I know I said that last season when we were doing season 8. I was like, man, 8 seasons of Caesars. This is just, it's crazy to me. But 9 seasons now. I remember running Chicagoland in season 1 Caesars CCRS, and it was honestly a pretty bad race. But man, I had one heck of a time that race. Back when I ran for Miller Motorsports here. God forbid I ever run a Pennzoil car again. I freaking hate Pennzoil, but you know, it was good memories for me anyway. That was back in 2023. It's 2026 now. Been about 3 years, I think, roughly. Is that Dylan Negron in the 77? I do not know how many starts he has here. Granted, I haven't kept up with this. Now, here's a big something I would not have on my bingo card for 2026. Cole Rodriguez in a Red Bull. Granted, this is a default number 83. Probably didn't have a scheme submitted, but I mean, nonetheless, it's there for the lore if anyone's keeping up with it. Cole Rodriguez has showed up here for CCRS Season 9 Chicagoland in a Red Bull. There you have it, folks. That is something else. See, laying out with the Greg Biffle tribute. Sam Slazarski, he is back, or he's still here. I say I'm actually the one that's back. Well, these guys are regulars, or for the most part. Got Carl Chilson, 88. He's on pit road right now. Cameron Jamison, a league owner, series regular. Stephen Gibson, a league regular. Bryson Miller, you'd think he's a real league regular. He ran in season 1 and 2. I don't want to say 3. Got his license revoked at one point, somewhere in between. The system has been in, out, in between, and then some here for this league. They've went lenient for the return of the COT, and back with it came Bryson Miller, who holds the record for the most self spins in a single NARA race. See if there's anyone else on track. Season 8 Michigan winner. Joshua Clements in the Biff tribute. Still have that saved on my thing, by the way. Rest in peace, DeBiff. Yeah, everybody getting their hot laps in. You got Nathan Hobbs, number 03. First time I've seen him here in CCRS. He probably raced the past few races. I just haven't been here for it. I believe he made his gnarl debut last Friday. A pretty clean race. Didn't make nothing too crazy. Didn't end up on the highlight reel. I think that's a pretty good, solid way to put yourself. Used to run an MOT, more high gripped, less challenging setups in MOT. I just realized Lyle's car on the hold up. Whoever made that car did the thing. They did the thing. You're not Lyle? Oh, it changed cars. Dang it. There he is. There he is. Look at that little guy, that chud. Look at that chud. Can I get lower? No, they even do the blue pants. Now where? Get a better photo of his face. Is this the best I'm gonna get? Oh, well, I guess it is because it's race time. I've had my fun. It's race time.
Drivers, to your car.
Pull them belts tight if you're racing. If you're not racing, I mean, you can pull your belts tight regardless. No one's going to judge you. This is a hate-free zone unless you are a Joey Logano or Corey Day fan. Otherwise, you are not safe from the backlash, as they may call it. No need for my script tonight. So, honestly, I could say small field, but for CCRS standards, for the past few seasons, as they opened it back up, there's chances for higher carnage, but risk versus reward in terms of good racing and people losing their minds. So it's you know, tomato tomato, I guess, on that. Do what you can with what you got. But yeah, a number of laps I will not disclose because this number has been haunting me.
Start your engine.
I'm shocked this meme has yet to die, but I digress. TalhaDevYT in the number 20. He's on the pole. He just came back from Canada. Actually, I don't know if I should have said that. Oh, well, I said it anyway. My bad. I guess Lane Lyle last minute got second on qualifying. Cameron Jamison with a really good qualifying effort there in P4. And then P5, Laura Trenor in the 76. Reverse that, the 76 number. That's how many laps you got tonight. I didn't check how many laps you got on fuel, but I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. Pace car's about to take that hard left turn on a pit road. It's going to hit the pace cone. Dadgummit. That's expensive. TalhaDevYT, Landon Lyle coming to the front straightaway. And more green flag here at Chicagoland. Now, I'll see if they can make it a lap before they absolutely die. Or, that's poor wordage on my part. Before they get slimed out. There's Dylan Legrand already making a move here into turn 3 for P2. Lyle, he's taking a much more easier approach, thinking more tires above track position here. As Jamison really loose off before holds on to it. That's going to put the 96 in a tough spot. Here comes Cole Rodriguez, 3 wide potentially on the bottom, backs out. It's going to allow the 96 of Scott Boyden to stay ahead. Laura Trenor, in the meantime, taking 4th place. And as the short run goes on, we're going to see a lot of overtakes, a lot of stuff like that as these guys ease into the run. Assuming we stay green, things should go smoothly. We got a car in the wall in the back. That is the 97 of Sam Slazarski. He stays out the way we stay green. Cameron Jamison stuck on the top. That pole is irritating me. I'm going to try TV2. That is actually worse. Never mind. So yeah, there's going to be a random pole with TV1. So apologies for that. I'm not really keen on editing the TV cams. I don't really know how to do that. I've tried it once and it just didn't really work out too good. Battle for the lead, Dylan Negron, TalhaDevYT, they're going with a bit more of a push-like strategy. And with them being 2 of them guys taking that approach to this first half of the run, it might not have too harsh of an effect on their long run, depending on how these guys save towards the second part of this top half of the field. As Scott Boyden there battling with Lane Lyle for 3rd. Cole Rodriguez again in a Red Bull there in 5th. Also, I think he's trying to get some moves going as Laura Trenor there. 3 wide, Garson Muyung, and that is the 16 of Joshua Clements there. He's going to back out. That's going to allow Steven Gibson to show his face up here a little bit. Didn't really qualify too well, that 86 car. I'm not even sure he qualified at all. I didn't really check, but definitely taking a different approach to this race. These 2 paint schemes are identical. Thank God their fonts aren't, because that's already a spotter nightmare. But the 77-20, the 96 has caught these guys along with Cole Rodriguez. They're going with the same idea here, pushing a little bit harder. Oh, I do not. I just seen Lane Lyle washed up into turn 1. I thought Garson was turned into Freaking cheesecake into turn 2. Holds on to it. They stay alive for now. This about 4-car breakaway. Some of these guys are battling, and some of them are kind of picking and choosing their fights. Because you don't want to burn. If you're up here with these guys, you want the track position. You want to get as far ahead. If you're pushing, you want to get as far ahead as these guys as you can. You got to remember, draft is a factor. Being side by side is going to slow some of these guys down. But again, remember, you get a whole cluster of cars here. That's a lot of slipstream in the straightaways. The Biff cars side by side off of 4. That's for 7th. 99 car a little in the wall a little bit in turn 1. Nothing too crazy. Meanwhile, this battle for 3rd still kind of hot. I think the 83 has finally been able to clear the 96 of Scott Boyden. Scott takes a different line. Trying something different here. TalhaDevYT has led them all so far. Coming to lap 10 next time by, but Dylan Negron trying that higher entry, getting a better exit, but that 20 holding that bottom. Could have held it a bit better. Oh, he's loose off a 2. That might be enough for the 77. Maybe go for a dive here into 3. No, he's going to hold on to it. Colrod's going to be a little less patient. He's going to take the high side. Talha with a bit of an arrow wash. Oh, the 83 barely stayed out of the wall. I think I've seen some other cars that get really close to it as well. I don't think anybody hit it there. But that is Cole Rodriguez up to 2nd now, right behind TalhaDevYT, as we are on lap 10 out of a certain number of laps that I will not disclose because it's not funny. Yeah, he's got that little bit of a side draft. The side draft effects in NR2003 are very minimal. However, they do exist to a minimal extent. Talha with a crossover on the front straightaway, first new leader of the race, Cole Rodriguez, but he is still under fire from that 20 car. That pole in turn 1 is pissing me off. And it looks like Talha is finally going to have to surrender that position, settle back in 2nd. Scott Boyden, he's going to go for P3 here on the 77. Not quite enough momentum as the draft, the slipstream able to come off the top. It's going to open the door for Steven Gibson to maybe get around Scott Boyden from the top line. And he will. Further in the back, I think I've seen, looks like that's Laura Trenor and Elena Lyle side by side. Cameron Jamison lurking back there along with Nathan Hobbs. Pretty much the only side by side on the track is battle for last, pretty much. And it looks like we got some battles now going up front as Steven Gibson has turned on the jets to get around the 77. Dylan Negron, he will take 3rd place. Meanwhile, this cluster in the back, Nathan, oh, side by side, the 76 washed up real high there. Might have had a little help, but yeah, racing side by side here for nearly last place. Kind of got a little ugly there. Nathan Hobbs had to back out, lost some spots. Neil Gallagher, I'm sure he is playing a very patient game right now. He is one of the key strategists when it comes to being patient. One of the most patient drivers I've seen in these CCRS and NR races. Granted, he can have his hiccups, but you gotta remember, nobody's perfect. TalhaDevYT is now under pressure from the 86. He's trying to put a bit of a pinch into the entry to force him to slow up more. Not really going to phase him much. Just going to allow Dylan to really get some speed, though. I think he gave him a little bit of a bump off at the corner. The guy's going to try to go for the spot once again here in 3 and 4. Garson Muyung starting to make up some spots in that 70 car. Starting to see a bit of field spread. Once that field spread really starts, that's... Oh, and Steven, he washed up the track right into the 20 car. Into the wall they both go. That's going to open the door for Dylan Negron and Garson Muyoung. And Scott Boyden. Oh, Nathan, or no, that's not Nathan. That was Bryson Miller up here inside the top 10. So that's going to set the 86 and the 20 back a bit. Going to let Cole Rodriguez have some breathing room here. Give him a chance to maybe get a little bit of a competitive edge on the tire market here. You don't want to get too much. Draft is still a factor. Or you don't want to get too much of a lead here, I guess, would be the way to put it. It's about finding that right ratio of push and save, pretty much. You want the track position, but you don't want to cook your tires up too much where the track position is not really going to matter anything at the end of the day. Yeah, Garson Muyoung, they have been going through the field pretty good here as well. Now up to third. Scott Boyden washes up a little bit into 3. It's going to open the door for Steven Gibson. Going to pinch off an exit to make sure he doesn't able to make the overtake, and that will be successful. He's actually got a run, or I thought he had a run on the 70 there, briefly. Got Joshua Clemens up here up to 7th. That drops Bryson Miller down to 8th. 9th place, Thomas Troxel. CCRS Season 1 Kentucky winner is Joshua Clemens. Backing off way early there into the corner. Almost like he had an issue, maybe a little hiccup or something might have happened, or maybe just letting that 17 by. I'm not really sure. Regardless, Bryson Miller is going to retake 7th place here. Battle for the lead starting to heat up a little bit. The 77 of Dylan Negron really kind of reeling in that 83 with the slipstream on the straightaways. Might be a little bit quicker. We'll see here. He's going to go for the dive on the apron here. He doesn't go fully on the apron. Doesn't want to kill any momentum. He's very methodical about this move here. First move, going to take the top of the 83. Give him that arrow push on entry. That actually is, he's going to go lower on the corner, so he's thinking maybe he can get a spot for himself here, but ultimately not really going to organize quite as much. He threw the much higher entry there. Holy, that was a lot higher entry than I think he was wanting. Might have had to slow up a bit more there than what he would like to. And 3 wide here for the lead, 77, 83, and 70. Here comes Steven Gibson, almost went 4 there. Scott Boyden, he's lurking, and he's back up here as well, right behind that 86. And he's going to go for a dive. I'm sure he isn't going to forget the incident a few laps ago that easy. Oh, big pinch on Scott Boyden. Scott's going to really get close there, the 86. It's masterful driving to be able to drive that close to another driver without wrecking them. It's not an easy task. I've seen some drivers try it and miserably fail on repeat occasions. Cole Rodriguez is now down to 3rd after that kerfuffle, leaving Dylan Negron with the lead. I just realized I had the happy hour thing on the ticker. I've had that for 23 laps. My apologies, chat. Daggum. I get a pass. Screw you. Alright, now y'all know what lap it is. Y'all know what lap it is now. That way I'm not tripping. Alright. Battle for 4th. 20 and 86 still heating up. Remember, these two made contact off of 2 a few laps back. If I had to guess when the pit stop or when the fuel window is, I'm going to say 33 laps, because that just seems like when it's a certain number lap race like this, the number that will not be named, the usual pit, from what I remember, is like 33, 34 laps, but they might be able to go like 36 or so. Yeah, the slipstream up front is still really strong. The tire wear fall off. I mean, it's there, but these guys have been able to manage it well enough to where the top 8 are still in the main draft. Next car back is Bryson Miller and Thomas Troxel, still trying to get around him. These guys, I don't think they're saving as much. Maybe Neil, I'm not sure. And then you got Sam Slazarski in 16th. TalhaDevYT is able to get around the 86 from that high line. Or Matt. Meanwhile, Dylan kind of pulling away a little bit. As to my knowledge, everybody's still on the lead lap. That is actually pretty good. 27 laps into the race. So, honestly, I'd say we're doing pretty good right now. I probably just jinxed it, but I felt it was worth mentioning. So, screw me if I jinx it. Oh well. And Scott Boyd now under pressure from the Biff gang. Lyle and Clements. They have been methodically saving together this entire run. It would not shock me if it was these two up front by the end of it. Battle for 4th place again, and Scott Boyden completely misses turn 1. Gets into the wall off of 2. That's going to really hurt him there. He's probably going to lose the slipstream from this. Fall back with these this other pack. Fall another clutches of Thomas Troxel potentially, depending on how this run goes. TalhaDevYT, he's falling back a little bit now. Steven taking the defensive line. Josh with a bit of a send. Nothing too egregious. With a bit of a pinch mid-corner. I think Josh had to back off. Now they're side by side. 16 and 99. Now, Lyle's going to try this outside on that 86 car. It's got the momentum. See if he can get the exit here off of 4. Josh going to join the top. Give that arrow push. Potentially go around the 86 himself. So he was trying to do that last couple laps. See TalhaDevYT starting to fall back a bit. Might have used his tires up. Same with Gibson as well, potentially. But you got to remember this 99-16, they've been saving their stuff all run long. So I don't think it's anything against cars behind him not being able to do anything about it. But at 16, he's wasn't able to quite get the run off of 3 and 4. Ran it too high in the corner. He's going to have to sit behind this 86 for a few more laps. As Lyle, he's trying to get above the 83 of Cole Rodriguez. And that is for P3. Dylan Negron going down pit road. That's your leader. Going to be the first to open that round of pit stops. So 33 plus 33, that is 66. And Bryson Miller completely bends it. He did not make pit road. He's definitely getting a black flag. I mean, that's a gamble out of Negron. He might have been able to save some during that run. But he's going to have to probably save some during this run to make it to the end of the race, I'm assuming. I could be wrong. It might be like 37 or so. Oh, Cole. Big lockout of Steven as well. Both those guys really close on entry as Garson and Boyden, Troxel, Trenor, and Childress all go down pit road. That's going to leave the 2 Biff cars out on the track. Remember, saving more on their stuff. When they exit pit road, they're going to have the better tires than pretty much the rest of the field. Granted, maybe by only 1 lap. But sometimes that's all it takes. Bit of luck up out of the 99, nothing too egregious in this battle off pit road. I don't think that's going to be a huge deal. Depends on where Gibson comes out, honestly, but he takes less fuel. He's going to have the advantage, it looks like. And now the pit stops are done. Not to say that, you know, the whole slipstream game, finding the draft, it's going to maybe come down to select cars instead of big, you know, the bigger cluster we had of like 5 there at the end of that run. So that's definitely going to be a factor here. And remember, we are still under green and no yellows yet this race. I hope I didn't jinx that, but, well, okay. 03 is in the grass. He's going to call a tow truck. Cameron Jamison, I think him had some contact there. We'll take a quick look at that. Hope I don't jinx it. And I checked to see the 03 is basically stopped on pit road. Cameron Jamison, I'm guessing was trying to give him a bump or something. Something was going on with him and Cameron Jamison. I'm not entirely sure. But regardless, we stay green. There's Bryson down pit road again after serving his penalty. Some other cars coming down pit road, or coming out of pit road as well. And as things cycle back, Steven Gibson to the lead. TalhaDevYT up to second. I think he took the undercut. He might have pitted before the 77 and I not known about it. Or maybe he pitted after and just was able to get the better exit. I'm not sure. Garson moving up to third. Negron down to fourth with that. And Lyle pit a lap later than these guys. Only down to 5th place. And Cole Rodriguez is going to hold up 6th. So 6-car draft now. Honestly, about where we were at the end of pit stop. So everybody executed on pit road pretty well, at least in this front pack. So not a lot of split here. But I'm sure these will be the fastest cars on the track for the majority of the race until tires really start to degrade. Maybe someone in the back might have been saving to try to gain some track position towards the end of the race. But we'll see towards the end of the run. The track position is going to start really mattering here as we get down to the nitty-gritty of this race. A bit of a slip up in turn 3. TalhaDevYT's a little loose there. That's going to open the door for Dylan Negron. He's also a little loose off exit. Battle for the lead. Here comes Garson Muyung in the 70. 3 wide there for third. Is Lyle is going to take, or try to take the spot there. Tries to move out of the 86. Tried to do a crossover. Didn't quite have the opportunity. And Lyle clear for third. Never mind, crossover out of 77, but I don't think he's going to have any momentum to make it work. Comes Cole Rodriguez, that 20 car. You see him saving on corner entry, so that tells me he's probably not good on gas. Might have took too much of a gamble for that track position. You can already tell that gamble he took really hasn't paid off, or at least short term, based on the fact he's the caboose in this lead pack. Landon Lyle, I think he's thinking track position right now based on the moves I've seen out of him right now. Hoping to lane on the bottom. I'm sure that was to try to get a better exit. But I think that kind of messed up a sniff off of a corner. Maybe that's Negron trying to go for P3 once again. Oh, Lyle, I think, got in the wall a little bit. Or maybe that might have been lag. I'm not sure. Yeah, and he's going to get above this 86 here. A little bit of a side draft off 4. See if he can make it stick into 1. Not enough draft. 70 holds on to it. Once these guys calm it down a bit, if they calm it down a bit, we'll check on the rest of the field. But right now, they're battling like it's getting down to the nitty-gritty, which 44 of a certain amount of laps. The certain number I won't disclose of. Stephen Gibson back to the front. Landon Lyle down to the bottom. He's going to try to go for second here. Washes up a bit. TalhaDevYT, again, saving a bit more than these guys. Depending on the tire degradation, we'll see where he ends up. Josh didn't end up in the draft after this, so he's going to probably be at a deficit unless he's somehow able to save enough tire to make something work here at the end, but I would doubt that. Lyle up to second now. As Garcia has fallen back to fourth. I think these guys, well, I was about to say they think they called it that. Yeah, we'll go ahead and check next car back. Scott Boyden falling back to 8th. Slam Cesarski has now fallen a lap down under the pit cycle. Trauma Stroxel down to 9th, and rounding out the current top 10 is Carl Childress right in front of Bryson Miller. Next car down the road, Cameron Jamison in 11th. 12th place, Nathan or actually he's in 13th. Neil Gallagher, I think, is 12th somewhere. Yeah. And then Nathan Hobbs and Sam Cesarski a lap down from the pit cycle. So this front pack, we're getting close to, well, we're actually at 20 to go. So you got 20 laps. And you've seen these guys pushing a bit, try to be that first car to start saving pretty much out of these guys. So we'll just have to see how that ends out. That 20 car is still just enough into the slipstream. So I don't know what they'll have for the end of this, depending on how much they're saving in terms of fuel or tires or whatever. But I'm pretty sure everyone else, I'm assuming, would probably be good to the end on gas, unless it was actually really that close. And then I start being concerned about Dylan Negron, but we'll find out here soon enough. Battle for 10th. Bryson's a lap down. It's 3 laps down. Okay. I thought that was for position. Okay, never mind. Yeah, gotta be watching these guys hitting the wall off the exit of the corners. I'm not sure how that will be deemed by race control, but do keep that in mind. 99 with a decent move down there in 1 and 2. I think Gibson was being pretty patient on entry. Didn't want to kick his tires up too much, trying to put on defensive moves, thinking, all right, we got 20-ish laps to go. Let him by. I'll pass him here in a few laps. And that's what he did with Garson. You know, he's playing the tire game. We'll find out how well he's playing it here at the end of this race, but I think he's playing the tire game to an extent. We'll just have to see where it ends out on this run. Cole Rodriguez, he's gaining up on these guys, I think. Got around the 70 last time by, so I think he's been on conserve mode. The 20 just got into the wall off a 2, so I do not know how much he's saving with that in mind. Josh has gained a bit. I'm sure he's been doing that incrementally instead of doing it all at once. Try to manage the tires enough to where he can at least have something in the instance these guys push their stuff more than he does. At least that's my thought process. Landon Lyle now up front. Other than that, everything else is single filed out. Carl's got him a drafting buddy. Jamison's got him a drafting buddy. Neil's all by himself, lap down. So I'm guessing Neil's just, or actually he's back on the lead lap. Or no, he was never a lap down to begin with. I thought he was putting some strategy down, but I think Neil is just genuinely struggling this race. A lot of cars on the wall, in the wall off of turn 4 that time. It's got to open the door for Steven Gibson here. Dylan trying to take that cut through in the straightaway, try to beat him on entry, which he does, but you see how Steven took that entry. He was very, very conservative on that entry to make sure he got a good exit. He's being patient. Being patient with that 77 right now. I think the 83 and 70 also got in the wall there on that last lap off of 4. And here comes Steven. This for P2 between the 77 and 86. And 77 is going to pretty much trying to put too much of a fight. The 99 really loose off of 4. 3 wide question mark. No, the 86 able to clear immediately. No questions asked. Next car up the road, that is Neil Gallagher. He is the last car on the lead lap. Bill Negron tried to take advantage there. He ended up losing a spot to the 70 in that. This 99 going to try once again to get around the 86. You've seen how much time he put into getting around him the first time. Made one mistake, and that was curtains pretty much. The question now is, 10 to go now actually at the line. How curtains is it? Is it curtains you can open back up, or is it curtains that have been glued shut? We'll have to see how he's able to try to get back around that 86, and if he can get back around him, can he stay in front of him? Really trying to make that high line work, and I cannot imagine this is good for his tires. And you've seen how well Steven's been able to manage his. He has not really pushed really too crazy hard that I've seen, except for maybe a couple overtakes. Here comes Garson. Don't count him out yet either. He's got a good fast car. He's won some races recently here in Caesars and Gnarl. Well, Gnarl, I guess that was a couple seasons ago, but that's my fault for not keeping up with everything. So there you have it on that. And then Landon Lyle is going to be able to retake the lead for now. He's got some help from the 27 with some slipstream here for the next few laps. Oh, he's going to slip it up into turn 1 and 2. That's going to open the door for the 86 on the bottom. 27 is not going to play any games. He's going to go to the apron, let these guys by. He knows he's a lap car, doesn't want to interfere with his battle for the win. Not even with draft, which I can respect. Oh, both of them slide it up here into 3 and 4. That's going to open the door for Garson. Huge murder block by the 99. That was insane. Somebody wrecked. Whoever did, they're good now. That was insane block by the 99, but both those cars washed up. 70 might have been able to go for the lead there, but Lyle did not want to open the door there. That was an insane block. I would never in a million years have made a block like that. Unless it was like a short track. Then maybe. Which I have actually done, but tack on. And Garson trying that high line now. That 99, his tires are Kentucky fried. Or I guess Illinois cooked. Chicago cooked. See if a 70 can have anything for this 86. Getting down to the, I believe this is going to be 4 to go? 2 to go, or 5 to go, I think. 4, maybe 4? Is it 4 to go? I think it's 4 to go. No, it's 5 to go. 4 to go next time by. My math ain't mathin'. I'm from Oklahoma, so I only know math like certain days of the week. It's kind of like that same stigmatism of knowing what the weather's going to do based on what the sky smells like. But don't quote me on that. Point of return, I'm like pretty sure has been reached. Again, my math ain't mathin', so bear with me on that. But Steven Gibson just kind of playing the patient game pretty much his entire run. Garson, I mean Lyle, he just pushed too hard to get wrecked around Gibson, and then Gibson was able to take that spot back once he washed up, and then they both washed up the next corner, which I'm pretty sure was a mistake on both of them. So I don't know. I mean, Gibson's not in the clear yet. He may have a bit of a lead, but slipstream is still in effect. Granted, 31 car is probably going to help him out quite a bit here. That might actually throw a big wrench into whatever the 70 might be able to do, which is crazy to think about, but lap traffic has an effect in both helping the leader and hurting the leader. In this case, it is helping the 86 of Stephen Gibson, as he is obviously following that 31 to his best ability. 2 to go here at Chicagoland. Joshua Clements hits the wall for 2. I was about to say he's been reeling these guys back in, like I've been saying all race. I mean, it's kind of sold on pit stops, so he's kind of maximizing what he can. You see Dylan Negron, he cooked this stuff up, but we're coming to the white flag here. There's 31 of Cameron Jamison into the wall now. Stephen Gibson, I think it's curtains at this point. The 70 of Garson Moon was able to trump the 99. Nobody else is up here. I think the 83, something happened to the 83. Oh, they freaking wrecked. All right, we'll take a look at that at the end of the race. So the 16 and the 83 wreck. They were looking for a good points day, but Stephen Gibson, Sam Slazarski disconnected, but Stephen Gibson, after just kind of playing the patient game, playing the draft, playing the sniff, he's going to win it here at Chicagoland. Your top 3 are all in the sniff. Dylan Negron actually able to get 4th out of that. 5th place goes to TalhaDevYT. So let's take a look, or well, we'll let Steven do his burnout, and then we'll take a look and see what happened on that last lap between the 83 and the 16. What the? Oh, there's the 83. All right. So, well, I was talking about the trends at the beginning of this race. 5 winners, 5 races, 5 winners. Well, turn that into 6 races, and one of them being a multi-winner. Stephen Gibson's 2nd win on the season. He's going to burn it down here at Chicagoland. Comes Bryson Miller, going to try to... I think he was going to try to go in for a congratulatory bump, but realized 86. Kind of hard to do a congratulatory bump during a burnout without messing it up. I tried doing that. You mean well, but kind of makes the burnout look bad. And there he goes in a cloud of smoke. That brother gone. Oh, there he is. And he's gone. Now that brother gone. Oh, Bryson Miller just KO'd the 70 of Garson Young. Oh, he's dead. Oh, double kill. Oh, that brother gone. Oh, he's going to go for the 3rd? Oh, he didn't have enough time for the 3rd. Garson was smart and just disconnected. All right. Let's get a replay on that last lap incident, shall we? God, I still don't have the IFAR replay graphic. That would be low-Kirkenuanly embarrassing. You know what's even more embarrassing? The fact that I just said low-Kirkenuanly without even thinking. My brain is fried. Alright. Let's look here. It looks like, oh, Jamison was in the wall, and the 83 and 16 just didn't have time to react. Okay, that's just daggone. That's rough. Yeah, I don't know. That's just rough. But yeah, it was a pretty good race. Highly doubt we'll have any post-race interviews, but I'll go ahead and kind of air the room out. Which actually I need to literally do that too. It's really hot in here. Or it's not really hot, but it's kind of hot in here. Well, like it's skipped spring and it's just straight up summer, and then we're getting a cold front tonight. So we'll have spring tomorrow, but only for tomorrow. Um, but yeah. Um, I'll be honest. Some of the broadcasts are probably gonna slow down a bit. It's gonna be like really like very spotty on broadcasts. So I may do like some random, because I've joined a few leagues. Like there was an Aceto league I joined, so I might try to figure out Aceto broadcasting again, because I did one Aceto broadcast like last year and I didn't know what I was doing and it just ended up being absolute trash. So I might hit up my buddy Johnny, see if he can teach me how to do some Aceto broadcasts. It depends on when they run, so I'll have to like see when they run, because I'm looking for like something like a maybe like once a week, might do like a late night broadcast, but I probably wouldn't be able to like do it like every night because obviously I have to sleep. But so you might see some of that maybe. That's just kind of something on the drawing board. Nothing set in stone for that yet. So might see some Aceto broadcasts. Um, uh, might I seen there was a Beam MP league I joined. It's called a Lemon MP. I'm gonna try to see where that goes. I don't even know if you can broadcast on Beam MP, but if not, I'm gonna try racing it, check it out, because that looks something interesting. But yeah, I've been looking into other forms of racing, like Minecraft boat racing is pretty fun, so I might do something like that. Um, R Factor 2, I haven't gotten R Factor 2, but I'm thinking about getting to that. iRacing has been it's been the pendulum that's been swinging back and forth for me lately, so get the bunny with the clock meme out with the iRacing. I have my bet where it's if Carl wins a or no, not Carl wins. Carl can win as many DS races as you want. If he doesn't get iRacing, I would. The bet is if Carl gets iRacing, I'll get iRacing. Or if they add the Crown Dig, or if they add the Win Reveal, or if they add the Freedom Factory. And if they do any of those four things, I'll probably end up getting iRacing. And I'll probably have to do some racing in that first, kind of understand how it works. And then once I kind of have some understanding, depending on where things go, I may try. I'm gonna plan on try broadcasting iRacing but that's like a down the road thing. Probably, I don't know where that would go. And then obviously tomorrow, Gnarl, I'm gonna be cutting it real close on making it. It's gonna be like the past 3 weeks or the past 2 weeks where like it depends on if I get off work on time or if I get off work late at all. So it's basically 50-50 if I make it tomorrow for Gnarl. Essex, they're going to be doing a race tomorrow, so I'll be broadcasting that. And then IFAR, I should be able to broadcast on Saturday, pretty easy. They're running after OSCC, so I'm going to try racing OSCC. I think that would probably be what I end up doing. Then right after that, doing the IFAR broadcast, which IFAR, they're going to, I believe they're going to Pocono. So we've broadcast in Pocono before. Pocono's usually puts a pretty good product out. Consistently, actually, it's almost always good. Um, and then Gnarl tomorrow, I think they're going to, let's see, where are they going? They're going to Infineon. Oh, I love Infineon, man. Oh, I love that track. Uh, like I said, I'd like to be there if I can, but that just depends on work and stuff. So if you see the last minute broadcast link, or if you have notifications turned on, if you like and subscribe to all that, then you'll probably get a notification. So if you see that, then there's your answer. If you don't see it after like the race has started, so probably like if you don't see it pass like 10:05, then I mean that's curtains. So, and that's just being optimistic. But Essex, they're going to Vermont tomorrow. I don't know if you've heard of that track, but it's kind of like it's interesting. I think it might put on a good show if they're not wrecking every 3 laps. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it's current situation on that. So yeah, the long form content, or well, the I guess random videos. You've seen the video. You might have seen the video I posted today of nurse car drivers suck or whatever. I can't remember what I named it. Or they can't. They won't stop crashing. They can't stop crashing. That was just kind of like a thought where like, what if I just insulted a bunch of NR drivers in a British voice for no reason? And that was that. So, but yeah, I'll get back to doing like the like stuff kind of like the Demolition Derby 3 video. I got another one planned up. That's circuit racing. I actually still gotta go into some of that, figure that out. But the normal like videos I upload, those will, probably once a month. Those will probably stay consistent, regardless. But as for like the broadcast and such, that's gonna be pretty spotty if everything goes to where it's going right now. So, yeah, I think that's all I got to say. Again, it doesn't look like anybody's going to be getting any interviews, which is a-okay with me. But yeah, sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell if you want to get notified whenever we have an upload. Um, I don't know if I already said subscribe, but if you didn't enjoy, subscribe. If you enjoyed, subscribe. I mean, why not? You don't got nothing to lose. It's free. But yeah, I think that's good. We'll try to see y'all tomorrow at Gnarl. If not Gnarl, then we'll definitely see y'all for Essex. As for that, that is me at Cheese Feed. I want to thank everybody for being here. Cameron Jamison for hosting. All that jazz. And we will catch